The conflict in Gaza has been front-page news for months, but every now and then, a voice emerges that cuts through the noise in a way that no one expects. This time, it's not a politician or a journalist, it's comedian Theo Von. Known for his wit and quirky takes on life, Theo recently stunned his fans by getting emotional, even shedding tears, while discussing the situation in Palestine. It was a moment so raw, so unfiltered, that it left viewers questioning what had triggered such a deep response from someone usually known for his humor. The clip begins innocuously enough, with Von on his podcast, riffing on current events, but as he touches on the escalating violence in Gaza, his tone changes. There's a tremble in his voice as he speaks about the children caught in the middle of the conflict. He tries to push through, but suddenly, he pauses. His eyes well up with tears, and for a brief moment, there's complete silence. In that brief, unexpected pause, the tension is palpable. Why is Theo, a man who usually brushes off tough topics with humor, so affected by this? What did he hear, or see, that stirred such a profound emotional reaction? Viewers can't look away as they wait for his next words, feeling the weight of the moment. Then, Von utters the words that no one saw coming: it's genocide. He begins to describe the images he's seen of children suffering in Gaza, and how the constant bombardment has created a humanitarian crisis that's impossible to ignore. As his voice cracks, it becomes clear that this isn't just a political issue for him, it's personal. But how did a comedian, whose career is built on making people laugh, end up in the middle of such a serious, emotionally charged conversation? That's where things get interesting. Von is not typically known for diving into the depths of geopolitics, which raises the question, what pushed him to speak out now? And why are so many people paying attention? Enter the Kulinski show. Kyle, a progressive political commentator, is no stranger to controversy, but when he picks up on Theo Von's emotional plea, it adds an entirely new layer to the conversation. On his latest episode, Kyle dives deep into Von's tearful monologue, discussing why such a powerful moment from an unexpected source might resonate with so many people. He dissects not just the situation in Gaza but also the way Western media frames the conflict, often ignoring the human cost behind the headlines. Kulinski asks a critical question: is Theo Von's emotional reaction a reflection of a growing frustration among people who feel powerless in the face of overwhelming violence? Are more and more everyday individuals, like Von, starting to speak out because they can no longer stomach the suffering they see, especially when it involves innocent children? It's a poignant point, one that leaves viewers wondering if this moment is a sign of a larger cultural shift. Is the tide turning on how people in the West view the Israeli-Palestinian conflict? As the episode unfolds, Kulinski doesn't just praise Von for his vulnerability, he digs into the political implications. Could this be a turning point in how influencers, celebrities, and comedians engage with serious political issues? And more importantly, what does this mean for the narrative around Palestine in mainstream media? Kulinski builds tension masterfully, hinting that this outcry from an unexpected source could force more public figures to take a stand. But not everyone is applauding. Some critics argue that Von, being a comedian, should stick to jokes and leave politics to the experts. Others accuse him of being too emotional, clouding the real complexities of the issue. Yet, as Kyle points out, that raw emotion might be exactly what's needed to cut through the noise and apathy. By the time Kulinski wraps up the episode, the question isn't whether Von's emotional breakdown will be remembered, it's what comes next. Will more comedians and public figures start to speak out? Will this moment become a catalyst for broader conversations about humanitarian crises, or will it be dismissed as just another viral clip? The story isn't over, it's just beginning. And the next time you see Theo Von's name trending, it might not be because of a punchline. Instead, it could be because he, and voices like his, have started something bigger, something no one can afford to ignore.